Scots as one into the anthem. So we are set to get moving, and this is how the Scottish starting forwards look good.
Wallabies will be tested. Pierre Schoolman, George Turner and Xander Fagerson can absolutely scrummage, and they can move. The back row, Jamie Ritchie, Hamish Watson and Matt Fagerson will test our back row as well.
The experience 9 of 10 of Price and Russell, so much experience and ability to create space for players like Van der Merwe out wide, leading Six Nations try scorer, and Hogg, of course, the captain at fullback.
Always difficult in the Northern Hemisphere set piece tonight. Crucial to see Rory Arnold and Isaac Rodder pick up where they left off. Rob Leota, Michael Hooper, Rob Valentini will be deciding the pace of the game and what sort of ball the Scottish team gets.
And the quandary over the back three has been decided for the Wallabies, with Kellaway shifted to fullback. They look like they finished against Japan previously. Hunter Paisami in 12 again to add the penetrative running style he is so known for.
And 3 men on that Aussie bench, many have their eyes on. Number 19, Will Skelton. Number 22, Kurtley Beale. And in line to make his test debut this afternoon in the 23 jersey, Izzy Parisi. Will we get a chance to see the kid that was dynamite for the Waratahs throughout Super Rugby get a crack at Finn Russell and his men this afternoon?
I'll not lie to you, Morgs. When I stood to play against the Scottish team, I found myself singing along to the Scottish national anthem as well. It's a great atmosphere, a great place to play rugby union.
So here we go, the Wallabies looking to continue on their winning ways. This one had a big red line underneath it, this fixture ahead of this tour. A real danger game for the Aussies. Conditions perfect, the ball in the hands of James O'Connor, and he sets us alight at Murrayfield into the 22. The kickoff creeps, and Scotland happy to play field position right off the bat, and down it goes to O'Connor, back to take, and he'll return via the air as well. The chase is good here from right, makes the first up tackle. Hogg stands in it and delivers across there for Harris. Price over to Watson. A couple of British and Irish lines combining there. Russell charge down here, and it's going to sit up well for Ikitau. Gets loose out the back and just hands possession back to Scotland. They take that very happily. Yeah, carry here from Ritchie. Turner.
Use it!
Price taking his time. He'll chip it over the back of the ruck, and it will find the hands there of Van der Merwe. Van der Merwe, prolific try scorer for Scotland, and now they try and get across the line. It's good handling from Russell, just clearing that passing contact.
Stay.
Right over the top, looking for the turnover. Line out late. Fagerson. Matt Fagerson. Fagerson brothers combining this afternoon in the 3 and 8 jerseys for Scotland. This a decent kick in behind. Kellaway out of position, but handling well down that touchline. Kellaway loads up. Return looks for touch, he'll find it, but it's a minimal gain.
Good confidence building start from Scotland. Players like Russell and Hogg are ones to watch for the Wallabies defence already. We talked about the expansiveness of the game that is capable of both teams, but Test rugby good. Discipline, set piece, territory important.
Both teams clearly want to play ball in hand. You've got to respect possession, don't throw it away. Respect, build pressure. Both of these teams are going to want to explore the arm wrestle and explore the space.
Turner, no contest, no jump at the front. Here's Russell with the skip pass across the line to Johnson. Good shot from Ikitau. Shut down Darcy Graham. He is dangerous. Fagerson. Prop goes ball play. Now Russell across the line for White. Deep is right for Australia. Beats one tackle and then is collected front on by Russell. White has it snapped away, but Scotland offside around the corner of the ruck there. And Hooper will go quickly here. Hooper bounces to his feet and buys just enough time for his support players together. Alatoa, Arnold. O'Connor now goes to the boot. Back there is Hogg. It's an easy read for Stuart Hogg. He beats Valentini. Can't get away from Paisami. Finds Fagerson. And Romain Point. Kings Scotland. Skinner's the man who gets nailed. And the clean out goes wrong. Australia deep in the 22 with a chance to take the shot.
Yeah, one of the things the referees are wanting to concentrate on now is entry point of clean out. Arriving player not to come from the side. Very difficult to win the race and win the breakdown if you don't start to infringe. In that case, coming through the side, it's what we call the gate. You need to come from behind the ball and enter that ruck square.
And great play
and the first critical factor is, of course, carry and tackle, and getting caught with players flat and retreating makes it harder for players arriving to clean out, have correct entry and stay on their feet. Scotland could pay the price here at the boot of James O'Connor's opportunity to provide 3 points for the Wallabies.
Dave Rennie, a man who spent a number of years in Scotland, the inside line, and here is O'Connor taking the kicking tee from his good buddy Quade Cooper. Missing from this leg of the tour, out with Samu Karebi and Sean McMahon. So it is O'Connor stepping in for QC. Looking to draw it back, just blocks it wide right, and it stays 0-0.
The obvious point to make is that accruing points early when opportunities provide themselves so important in Test rugby. Wallabies territory need to turn that into points.
Here's Kellaway. Happy to take it on himself. And happily met in turn by Fagerson. White. Cheeky with a kick over the top. Finds the turf and it's lost there, and still with Australia, and Ikitau can't hang on. A couple of unforced errors from Ikitau, but good field position here for Australia.
A wonderful piece of innovation there from the Wallabies. Don't see that often. The forward screen charging on the ball, and Hunter Paisami adding to the inevitable fact, surely, of Stuart Hogg having to look up and see Arnold and Paisami charging down. Great little change up from the Wallabies via the little chip and boot over the top by that man, Nick White.
Crutch. Bind. Set. Let's go again. Keep the hip up. Keep the hip up. The hip up. Here we go. Let's go.
Yes, Guman here. You see it so often, big men that haven't had to use technique to get through and win that impact. They'll need to use every bit of technique against James Slipper and Alan Alatoa, two very skilled front rowers.
Crutch. Bind. Set.
Penalty Scotland.
Going in and down. Number 1.
Jimmy Slipper will be very disappointed with himself there. In and down, angling.
Going in and down.
Shoulders falling below the hips is what referee Romain Poit is talking about. One thing French referees do know is about scrummaging. You see Rob Leota there as well. Back row is so important. Adding weight to James Slipper.
And again, Scotland go without the jump. Turner trying to steal some metres down this narrow side, but the pass has gone forward. Really mixing up their play at the line out, Scotland.
Both teams already just showing little change-ups.
Stand in the middle of the line out, please, of the gap. Okay, don't. Yeah, please stay in the middle, even if it's a big gap, okay?
He's managing everything. Roman Putty wants to
Yeah.
Scotland throw to make sure he's in the middle of the line, but just a little change up there from Scotland. What's been a hallmark of the Wallabies' 5 test winning run also has been pressure at line out in defence, as well as the ability to provide attacking ball off line out for their back line.
Crutch. Bind. Set.
No, you've got to do the slot out. You're in the slot out.
Islam around Australia, gets the shove on, but the pressure's good on White. Paisami carries hard. And kind of goes in and helps tidy up.
It's in. Back at it.
White scanning for options, finding Rodder.
Use it.
Kind of directing traffic from deep in the pocket. Says Slips hit it up for us, and he obliges. White now coming in, clearing it over the top there of Alatoa. O'Connor just gets the kick away. It's deep down to Graham, and we're coming back. He wants to go quick as well, Graham, and does just that. Then beats Alatoa. O'Connor with a tackle. Scotland playing quick here through Russell. Schoolman, nice carry. Russell again over to Hogg, up and in the line. Kellaway tidies up. Both sides going up tempo inside the first 10. White. Shuffles it over to Arnold.
Use it now.
White looking to keep it in the field of play. Does that. Catches a Scottish shoulder, then shoots back, and Fagerson comes away with it. Paisami misses his man, and Scotland, there a chance, but it's picked off by Iki Tau Remain. Hoyt says, hang on, fellas, come on back. And the chaos comes to an end.
First one there, second one there. 2 knock-ons.
It's interesting, isn't it? When you arrive at a Northern Hemisphere Test match, you're primed for set piece, but then you find yourself a mid-afternoon game. It's good weather. You want to explore the space.
On the ground.
You've got to earn that right, though. You've got to consolidate some pressure. The game is very basic. When the impact consolidate possession, keep pressure on. Both teams, you get the sense, Morgs, just aren't managing to build pressure through possession.
Okay too?
I think they both got excited by the words of their coaches. Both coaches have talked about being expansive. They've turned up, the sun's shining, it's clear enough. Everything's up tempo. This is a great example from Darcy Graham. Quick tap. We've already seen Michael Hooper, Wallabies captain, quick tap as well. Build is one of your great sayings, Cook, that I love to hear, and it's very much about this right now for both teams. Who's going to be able to build off set piece supremacy, off go forward ball, to be able to make good decisions of when to be expansive and chance their arm. Stacked with X-factor talent, both back lines at the moment, and we're seeing them with lots of ball.
If it's out, it's out. Okay. Yeah. Okay, 2. Okay, thank you. No, they have twice, number 6 and another one.
Which Turner, one of the tougher Roosters getting around. It's nice to see him come from the field, and he's replaced by Ewan Ashman. It's a big loss for Scotland. He's a key figure in their lineup.
Simon, please, go. Bleu, Simon.
devastating for him individually. George Turner, you can see the look on his face, how much it means to him. And Ewan Ashman makes his test debut, I believe, off the bench and coming through with the Sale Sharks this year. His form's been excellent.
Set.
This time round, the arm swings up in favour of the Wallabies at the scrum.
After the hit, number 3.
You see it so often, scrums, so much about combinations. Such a big, powerful movement of people trying to generate maximal force in a small amount of space. You need technique. Disruptive, no doubt. Ewan Ashman coming on, allowing James Slipper to separate Ashman from Xander Fagerson.
Clean off the top from Arnold. O'Connor. Alatoa in the midfield. Touch isolated. Watson looking to disrupt. Fanga'a for O'Connor. Players in motion. Pataya will take it on himself.
Back.
Drags Harris with him.
Leave. Thank you.
White. Slipper gets really low there to duck under the tackle of Gilchrist.
Advantage, knock on.
That one dipping. A hard one for Paisami to pick up, and promising run of phases comes to an end for Australia.
I lost control. Yeah, we are outside the first one.
That's a few opportunities now for the Wallabies. We've talked a lot right throughout 2021 with the Stan Sport viewers about 22 entries being so important right throughout games of rugby. Wallabies already penalty on their own feed with a left-hand side scrum about 25 metres out from Scotland's line. Missing the three-point opportunity when that's on offer, and that's a turnover on multi-phase. Important that Wallabies are doing a lot right at the moment. Pressure, territory, must convert into points, especially when playing a test match away in the Northern Hemisphere.
Fine. Set. Stay up, stay up, stay up.
Scotland going to work, and now they juice a penalty. They'll play with the advantage now and put it through the hands. That one looked forward. Over to Harris. Still with Scotland though, as Graham gets met by Wright.
Stay there.
Russell angling it across there for Johnson. This is Hogg. Hogg slips off Paisami, still going. Hogg looking for Price. Price looking for runners, returns the pass far side to Fagerson. And Fundermerver working in tandem down that left-hand side. Fanga'a steals it. Just a penalty is the call.
Yeah. Second call? No. We're right on top. Slow ball, slow ball, slow ball. Right and defending side is organized as well. Okay. Slow ball, and already organized at the defending side.
Well, everywhere there we see the class and quality of Stuart Hogg.
Decision.
So good at beating a man and then creating space for others and promoting the ball. Wallabies did well to survive Fundermerver normally. Just finishes everything, and then Tuifalau Raman quite thought about letting him get away with that, but pretty fair, probably under pressure, that is a penalty.
This time round they get a lift on. Gilchrist goes up, comes down now and feeds it back to Ashman. Arnold trying to wade his way through the bodies. Slipper's in there. Slipper hanging on and looks to be onside. Price comes away with it. Johnson, scrappy from Scotland now, and Australia on the fast break. Drew O'Connor looking for Kellaway. Now toes it ahead, and the race is on. Wright and Kellaway give chase. Hogg's back there. Wright looking to make the tackle. Oh, that's a great shot from Tommy Wright. He pins him. Scotland look to play on, but we have ourselves a 5-metre penalty, and Stuart Hogg says, hang on a tick, isn't that a goal line dropout?
You sure?
He thinks he didn't place it. He's claiming that he offloaded before he grounded it backwards in his own goal. He took it back over. It's a 5-metre scrum. Ramanpat's he's saying he didn't ground this ball and that this should be play on off the pop.
It's a fair shout from Stu Hogg.
We break the line out.
Only because it worked.
Quite. Geez, it must be his last test because he's admitting he was wrong. They've changed the decision.
Sorry. Yeah. Time off. Yeah.
Just didn't know whether we were allowed on.
Scott Wiseman
Lead or not?
He's tackled.
having another look.
No, just Michael. Michael and Stuart.
You know what's going to
Sorry,
happen
it's a
here.
little bit messy, but he saw another angle and the ball was grounded. Then we come back for scrum 5, attacking side, okay?
He's saying, as we knew he
That
would,
will be a scrum.
the only thing I was wrong about was being right.
The TMO and the ball was grounded. We go for scrum 5.
Did you think you caught a blade?
Just here, it's the new angle there. The tip of the ball touches the ground.
Yeah.
We got there in the end.
Smart play, wasn't it, though, from Hogg?
Brave presence of mind, wasn't it? Excellent defence from the Wallabies to resist both the maul and the attacking foray from Scotland, and then the line break with James O'Connor. It's even more advantageous to hack those forward in front of you because, as you mentioned, Sean, if it is overcooked, it's not a 22 anymore. You get the goal line dropout as well.
Attacking side.
Your gold jerseys arriving everywhere there. The hack and hope turns into a good play when you've got that sort of energy behind the ball. James O'Connor doing very well to keep the ball in front of the Wallabies when they start to feel they're under pressure.
Bind.
The gloss hasn't been on.
Set.
The execution in this part of the field through the first 17 for Australia. Can they get this right? That one in and amongst the mess of bodies. So White peels out himself and goes flat and hard to Paisami, getting close. And again,
7 on feet.
Watson gets in, puts pressure on Paisami. He takes that extra roll, and Poit says, "Nuh-uh, Hunter."
Rolling on the ground.
He's very clear in his comms, and it is the presence of Hamish Watson, the excellent number 7 Hamish Watson over the ball, I think, that does it. It's Paisami, great carry, and then he goes to roll the other way to place back. That second roll, that's what he's been penalised for, and it's not the typical roll to advance the ball and buy time. It's just to present the ball, and Pott's communication's clear there, and that man's pressure, Hamish Watson, getting off his defensive scrum, that makes Rom and Pott make that decision.
It's that extra roll that puts body between ball again. Did good work. Got turtled by Hamish Watson. That ball should be fair game. You shouldn't be allowed to roll again and put a body between the ball. Splitting hairs, we know, but we did know also that this was going to be a key part of the game. Interpretation of the laws at the breakdown. Last test for the man in the middle with the whistle. He wants to have a clean sheet.
Without concentrating too hard on it, that's another opportunity. 5-metre scrum on Scotland's line for the Wallabies. They'll be so encouraged themselves by what they've done to get them into those positions. This is the time where, if that continues, the confidence tips the other way to a team like Scotland, who are able to resist so much. Important. We say it ad nauseum. Test rugby is when opportunities present themselves to take points. The scoreboard pressure is paramount. At the moment, Scotland have done well after 18 minutes to be 0-0.
A lot of rugby being played for 0 points on the board. Quarter of the game gone. Ashman going to the middle, and it's clipped there by Rodder, but will fall back for Scotland.
Use now! Oh no, it's in. Advantage over.
Price. Trying to get some pressure on right here, but he's up to it.
Use it.
Latoa combines with Rodder and Slipper. Just settles one centre field. O'Connor. He gets rushed into the clearing kick. Hogg Charging back up the defence. He's had a couple of really decent touches early on, has Stuart Hogg. Russell away for Schoolman. He loses it. No, penalty against Australia. Playing on the ground will be the call this time.
No, it was a tackle.
Well done, Finn. Great stuff. Great haircut. Let's go. Come on now, drills.
And that's the inherent strength of that man there in the number 10 jersey for Scotland, Finn Russell. When he has front football, when he can play flat at the line, he likes to challenge defenders. We've seen glimpses of it already, and if that continues, a momentum for the forward pack and the ball-carrying group the Scotland players can provide him, Scotland will be ever more dangerous throughout this game.
Ashman using it at the front for Gilchrist. Australia set their counter work. Arnold trying to get his long limbs through. They do enough to disrupt, but it's a penalty advantage here for Scotland. Harris held up. Hooper over the top. Knocked away by Johnson. And back will head.
All offside. Yeah. All offside. All offside. The backs offside at the line out. Just one penalty, yeah?
To the line out again, Justin. What do you make of that decision? That's a couple of times now that they could probably take 3.
Well, we know the Scottish team live and die by fortune favours the brave. They've had some good ball setups, well defended by the Wallabies as well. This is such a hard part of the game to defend. I'll certainly be disappointed that they defended it well and the backs were too keen.
Now they transfer. There's Watson in the middle of it. Watson is over. And Scotland get the first try.
Well, not this time for the Wallabies. Had defended well thus far, but that was well put together. It had momentum early. And that's exactly what Scotland needed from time in the Wallabies 22, and that meant Hamish Watson. Talismanic for this Scotland team.
They've gone to Gilchrist in the line out a couple of times. The thing about Maul defence is you've got to get in early, you've got to get in numbers, and you've got to hit it hard and low. Wallabies guilty of focusing only on where the ball was won, of course. We can call what's in front of us, but once that group of 3 get together at the front of that line-out with no defence and some momentum, just about impossible. Nick White and the scramble for Rob Leota to come back. Well-constructed, simple play, value possession, carry back strong, get the penalty.
Please, and clear it first, please. I want us to check this and clear it, please. Let's just have all the possible obstruction and let's clear it, please.
My on-field decision is a try, because clearly with AG we saw the number 5 holding the ball when he made contact. No one was in front, but you want to check that, and happy to check that. Thanks, okay, Marius.
Okay, let's all check it.
On-field decision, it's a try.
Matt, I want your input here as well, mate.
He hold the ball, make the contact, number 7. Yeah.
So what they're looking at here is Gilchrist hands the ball back to Hamish Watson. Is Gilchrist still in possession when this makes contact with the Wallaby defender?
And now he releases after. That's a try. Marius, I have a decision.
Yeah, just hold on. We're waiting for you. Right there, you're on the screen. You're on the screen. You can go, Roman. You're on the screen.
Yeah. Just we confirm our decision and our feeling with AG. It's clearly number 5 holding the ball. We have 2 ball carriers. There's nothing more than we could watch on the field. Then I award the try. That's a try for us.
I agree with you. Nothing clear and obvious. Stick with your on-field decision.
Thank you, Marius. Watson away.
Watson gets sign-off from referee Poit. It's 5-0, keep to come.
Can I get a drink? Thank you.
And those are worth looking at. Those are worth looking at because the maul is such a potent weapon that you talk about splitting hairs with some decisions. It must be found that they are legal. You cannot block a guy from challenging for the ball, making sure that that transfer of ball hadn't gone.
Easy conversion for Russell. 7 plays 0, 23 down.
And this is it, you talked about it well, Gould. When the shift comes, who's in possession?
Same one.
Watson's in possession before Scotland players make contact with Wallabies defenders. That is an illegal obstruction. And I mean, Pot couldn't have been clearer with his communication.
Russell beats right first up. Gets met by Arnold.
Use it, 9.
Crossing.
Use it.
Price hooking that one over the top. Kellaway being tested and up to it for the moment. White. Alatoa out the back for Paisami. Deeper still is O'Connor. They've gone 30 metres backwards and now Ricky Tao takes them a couple forward. White, Arnold. Paisami in at first receiver. Way for right, dumming, and then looking infield for O'Connor. That catch the Scottish handed did.
First one
we'll have a Wallaby
blue.
scrum.
Yeah, just, but it is first one blue and second gold.
Both teams very efficient
That was on
in
my
their
side.
numbers at breakdown nomination. We're seeing the ball having to explore 2 and 3 passes before we can start to open up the chance of an outside or inside shoulder and a bit of space. Tom Wright here will be disappointed that he's thrown an out the back pass. Just consolidate. We're over the advantage line. Consolidate that. Go again centre field. Both teams expressing themselves
Let's go, boys.
in attack a bit too flamboyantly, remaining disciplined in defence.
Gally Price with a stray hand there, just knocking that one down. So the Wallabies will get another chance here at scrum time, a left-hand side scrum. They traditionally this year played very direct off scrum to get over the gain line through players of the profile of Hunter Paisami. Can they keep pace on the ball to continue to challenge the Scotland defence?
That breeze running to the top left corner of your screen, so it's with the Wallabies.
Longer, I will be longer. My fault. I will be longer.
Convert that breeze or some decent visits inside the Scottish 22 into points, down by 7.
And how good was Ali Price during the Lions series, starting the first and third test match? That left boot was a crucial tactical part of the way the Lions play, but showing already today how well he can provide good service to a backline looking to play.
More issues at the scrum here for the Wallabies. They're just trading penalties, it seems, at the scrum, and there's the explanation from Hoyt.
James Slipper under a lot of pressure there. The first 6 inches in the hit, consolidated. Didn't maintain that body shape, folded in and down, hinged at the hips was the description from the referee. That would have come from the touch judge for sure. We see James Slipper here, consolidating here and then dropping, not able to hold that weight. He'll be disappointed. We'll see how much it means to the Scottish players.
Jamie Ritchie all up and about after that. Now looking to convert that penalty into points. Nice charge there from Ferguson. Russell, Hogg. Flat for Graham. Graham getting the outside of White. Graham towing it ahead. Kellaway, it's an easy take at the back for AK. Crowd wanted a penalty.
14 is running on
Didn't
him.
get it, and
14
Australia
is
will look
running
for
on him.
touch.
Accidental, totally.
It's a set 11 play here. You see Nick White.
Let's go.
It's the best accidental deliberate get in the way you've ever seen. Exactly what you need to do when retreating to give time for your fullback Andrew Kellaway to take the fair catch.
Yeah. Gold on the line, please don't move.
Here we go. Here we go.
Like a blue heater cattle dog rounding up the ball, isn't he? He's very good, Whitey. Can win an Oscar nomination for that one.
Ashman going long. There's Price to take it. He squeezes it away in contact. Taken by his halves partner, Russell. Fagerson. Xander Fagerson. He bites off too much on the ground.
Leave it.
The main point really working his shoulders after 30 minutes. Ton of penalties going both sides, and this one with Australia.
Let's go, 10.
And this time it was the Wallabies captain, the golden number 7, who, very similar to what we've talked about with Hamish Watson, presence over the ball so important. Makes a good decision here straight away to get over the ball and rides out the clean-out, gets enough of the ball that when the clean-out comes, he can maintain contact with the ball and show Raman Plot that he can maintain his contact with the ball as he's cleaned out. That's a picture that shows a referee that your early legal challenge at the ball can be validated.
Number 2, you okay? Twist, okay. We wait you at the line now.
Okay? Just getting some attention from Dr. Sharon Flyhove and Kieran Cleary, the Wallabies physio. Roman Plot came over for the diagnosis. Sounds like a twisted ankle. So Roman doesn't seem too worried about it.
Yes, Michael. Sorry.
Just regards to the scrums, how are you seeing those? Just in terms of, do you feel they're holding back at all when we're engaging with the weight? Because it feels
last
like
one,
they sort of retreat, they don't hold the weight, and then they go again.
I will pay attention to the engagement, but in the last one, clearly he was under the pressure, and number 3 inch.
Took it, okay.
Don't take water, Michael. I just drink.
It's an interesting point Michael Hooper's just brought up with the referee. It most definitely is a tactic sometimes to soak and absorb the impact, unsettle the footing of your opposition scrum and positioning, and then come back. That is a technique, absolutely, that teams can employ.
Arnold at the front with the take. Skuman coming around the corner, surely offside there.
Breakaway.
Forces Australia into the transfer, and Wright goes out the back. O'Connor needs to straighten, goes to the boot instead, and Pataya gives chase. The bounce is okay for Australia. Kellaway with a tackle, looking to drag him a touch here. White. Great work in the end from Darcy Graham to save his side. Now look to line up Hold with a Russell, and Price with the kicking himself.
2 seconds now.
It's the ladder, and it's the touch. Australia will have another go inside the 22 from the line out.
Nice play up the back here. Tom Wright does well to get it away, and James O'Connor sums up the situation and wants to unleash Jordan Pataya on the front foot. Scotland do well to scramble.
Vangata this time round floats it to the back. Valentini, I think that's his first touch. Leota hammering onto it. 10 away. Rodder looking for the reply to Watson's try. O'Connor floating over to right, but there's something amiss.
For what?
In front of the sticks. What have we got this time round?
Okay, over the breakdown. Over the breakdown.
It's called O'Connor's pass forward out of the hand to Tom Wright, the decisive pass coming back for the earlier. That's against Australia. He's got a call later on, has he?
He's calling Hunter Pasawi here for a clean out. No arm clean out.
Thank you, boys.
Plenty of action at these breakdowns.
Michael, Three goal, Ayan. 3 goal.
Second time now they've
Ayan, 3 goals.
conceded a penalty in attack, 5 away from Scotland's try line. Paisami taking Russell too far past the breakdown. Gilchrist down for Price. Russell. Hogg over for Graham, looking to skin right. He's up to it and wrestles him into touch. Tidy clean up there from Tom Wright on that near side. And they go quick now, Australia, but referee Point says no. Go back and throw it to Folau Fainga'a. Let him do the work.
We dare to not be too far away. I can understand the meeting. I don't understand the delay to set up.
Leota taps it down for White. Bounce pass in the end for Paisami.
Release.
White switching up play.
Stay in front.
And we go to Ikitau's left boot, wanting that one to bite hard left, and it does. It's a gorgeous little touch finder from the boot of Ikitau.
This is an excellent piece of play from the Wallabies. Eagle-eyed viewers would have seen Andrew Kellaway, the Wallabies fullback, change position to go into the breakdown to free up Len Ikitau to unleash his left boot down the left-hand side. Great use of talents by the Wallabies collective.
Ashman goes quick and over the top to Ferguson.
Go!
Stay blue now. No, stop too.
It's committed play from Ferguson. The touch finder's an absolute screamer up towards halfway.
Hey, Nick, please, don't start. Don't start.
Great work from Finn Russell. Huge amount of pressure relieved there. Wallabies having to now rebuild some momentum, get some more ascendancy.
Arnold down with it and feeding it back. Australia keep it tight for the moment. Fainga'a. It's well formed this maul as well. Can they suck a penalty out of Scotland? On goes Fainga'a. There it is. The arm goes out from Point. It's an awful pass. It finds a 4, and Kellaway's got to tidy up. Way behind the point of where the penalty has been awarded by Point, and there it is. Very disjointed for the moment for the Wallabies. They just can't get it to click.
A lot of that, Sean, is because the Scotland team have been unsurprisingly impressive. They've been innovative line-out time. We talked about the Wallabies' defensive line-out's been good previously, and they've changed things up there. They've won a huge share of the physical charges with and without the ball in the middle of the park, forward on forward. They've played expansive rugby with high-quality catch-pass skills. When they had that opportunity, they built pressure with rolling maul, Justin, and got that important try, the decisive moment of the first half thus far.
Finn, arms up, stay up. Five to 5.
Fainga'a to Arnold, looking to repeat the play that brought them to this part of the field, the rolling maul. Scotland counter well on this occasion. Fainga'a patient at the back, collecting bodies on the way now, peels off. Fainga'a, 4 from the line.
No, it's in. Back. Use it, 9.
Hooper will go in at scrum half. Over to Rodder. And again, Hooper having it dart himself, reaching out and planting it down. Michael Hooper. Tom Wright comes in and looks after the skipper and says, fellas, take it easy. The try's on the board. We don't want it being wiped away.
Great interplay here between Nick White and Michael Hooper. Nick White chases Fainga'a. When he makes the break, secures the breakdown, then reloads. Michael Hooper's there, I've got this. He knows that the Scotland defence are going to be hard on the drift, worried about the space outside. Gets there first. We'll watch this replay.
We have something, Marius?
Oh, Alatoa could be in trouble.
I want to see the previous one, please, Griff. Can we get it on?
Did he touch him?
Are we looking at the initial tackle from Ferguson or the clean out? Because both look very similar.
Marius, we are checking the foul play by number 3, I think number 3 gold.
Yeah, we're looking at possible foul play, 3 gold.
With a potential arm on the face.
Correct. We are clearing that quickly and we're checking that.
Yeah.
They'll look at Alatoa's clean out here and whether it makes high contact. And the reason they probably look at that even more than what you'll find, there was more significant high contact in the tackle from Ferguson, but it looks bad. Alatoa off his feet, and it's not dissimilar to the Sekope Kepu action in 2017 that was a red card offence. There's that glancing blow high, which will look bad. It could be enough.
It looks like a contact from this one.
Yeah, we're looking at this one now. Roman, I'm going to stop it for you at point of contact.
There is a head contact or not?
Yes, there is.
Okay, it's a swimming arm.
Just hold on here. Here we go. There we go, Roman. So there's definitely contact made to the face of the Scottish player.
Okay, there's no force there, but it's clearly on the head with a swinging arm. We cancel the try and we go for a yellow card and penalty kick against 3 gold.
That is correct, yeah.
Okay. Call 3.
You can't be serious.
I am serious. I am serious, Michael. It's not my action.
Because you're the ref.
Call.
I'll get him. Mate, I can't believe that. What are you going to call?
Number 3. Call number 3, please, Michael. We can talk after the game about my decision if you want, but now that's clearly. I know it's a big decision, but who did that? Who did that? Is it me or is it him?
He didn't do anything.
Yeah, it's clearly a swinging arm. It's a big call, I understand, but it's a clear and a head contact. That's a yellow card with no force, and we cancel the try.
So Alatoa gone for 10 minutes, and again Australia burn a chance. 5 from the Scottish line. Justin Harrison.
Lots of things to consider there besides the fact that we want to go and kick something very hard right now. No force, mitigated it down from a red to a yellow. Definite contact with the head. And the action of arriving at a breakdown, losing control of your body at a height with a swinging arm is telling. It is not about the ferocity of the action that brings him to the head contact. It's the head contact. Arriving at a breakdown with force, out of control and making contact with a head will give you a card.
Arnold, all 207 centimetres of him, trying to get his arms through there and get a hand on Ashman. He does that now, Arnold. So that'll force Price into bouncing out from the maul, and he spins it across the line. And that's shut down by Ikitau, and Hooper comes in. He was fired up after that decision from referee Romain Point. That is a maul, and that will be an Australian feed to the scrum. Big defence.
That's an important play, and that'll give Michael Hooper a chance to get his players to calm down and to reassess how they're going to play at the last 3 minutes. Justin Harrison, I was getting all set to argue with you about your point of view. I thought you were going to say how unfair that was, and I can't feel anything but agree with you when you see Taniela Tupou coming on now to make it a complete front row for the scrum, and Rob Valentini will cede his place for the 10 minutes. But poor technique from Alatoa. contact with the head, those things are not part of rugby, and card sanctions are the only way we're going to change habits around players. The great thing from Roman Platt was that he held his calm and cool and found that low or no force to keep it a yellow card.
I guess the question that many Wallabies fans will be asking, isn't the initial tackle made there by Ferguson high itself around the face and head?
I think there's a chance that one was glanced up off shoulder. It looked to me initial contact could have been shoulder with subsequent contact high.
Crutch.
Is that the old he did it to me first, sir defence?
Fine. Set.
Get it out.
Right with the feed, and Australia just shearing across the right. Hooper takes it on and takes it on well. Pataya, he's been starved of touches.
Another advantage.
Penalty advantage here for Australia.
It's a ruck form and you dive on the
to play
ball.
in the first half, and
diving afterwards.
what's the call here? Touch or posts?
Thank you, Colin.
Well, if you're smart with this kick, you finish the half with this penalty kick. You take the opportunity for 3 points, you drag it out, and there's no more rugby played, and you've chewed up time of the yellow card. It's a brave Michael Hooper that goes to the 5-metre line out here and goes for the big play.
You think that was a quick ball?
Of the rolling maul try.
Okay. As I told you, Nick, we don't start. We don't start. Okay.
Tell you what, I'd like to bottle and sell what Michael Hooper's running on for the last couple of phases of play. He's been manhandling and shifting.
Okay.
He's fired up.
14,
He's absolutely doing everything that we've come to expect. This man as well, looking to find involvements in the game.
Yeah.
And put that
Okay,
big
you
frame of his in
Jen?
space. We know that he's a great attacking player, clearly frustrated at the moment with some of the disruption, and
Just
now
quick,
looks like he's heading off.
First one, okay? It's a long time.
Are we going to see that man Kurtley Beale coming on, Morgan Tiranui?
Well, it's a telltale warm-up of an experienced player, just a little neural hamstring lean, really. That's all he needs. He's prepared mentally. He's ready to go. James O'Connor now to chew clock and provide the first points of the afternoon for the Wallabies.
He was wide right with his first shot at the poles. The breeze coming over his left shoulder. O'Connor to White. 3 off the deficit. O'Connor sends it, adjusts accordingly, and slips this one right through the uprights. It's 7-3. And on comes Izzy Parisi. It's a debut that's been a long time coming. He's absolute dynamite, this bloke.
Left or right, Stuart?
Right.
It's been a tough road. It's included a brief stint, a very brief stint in rugby league, but here he is in a position many had hoped he'd hit.
Hold! Goal!
Icky Tau looking for touch. Finds it, and that will be it for the first 40 minutes of play. At the break, it is Scotland leading the Wallabies 7 points to 3.
Drama charge first half at Murrayfield. The Wallabies have a player in the bin, Alan Alalatoa, yellow carded just before half-time. Both teams certainly trying to play some rugby. Australia, they've had their opportunities, could have scored 3 tries, but both teams just a little inaccurate. This is Michael Hooper almost scoring a try before half-time, but that clean out saw Alan Alalatoa into the bin. Len Ikitau's had some nice moments. So at half-time, it is Scotland leading 7 points to 3. Thanks for staying with us on Stan Sport into the early hours of Monday morning. Drew Mitchell is here, Andrew Mertens and Dan Parks as well. What did you make of